Hey everybody, Pastor Jim here from the Indian Lake Community Church and the Lighthouse of Indian Lake. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all safe and well. My thoughts today that I want to share with you surround these chairs that I am sitting in. Well, actually, I'm only sitting in one chair. You can only sit in one chair at a time. But I said a while back that I had a story behind these chairs and why they're so important to me, why they're in my office. And so I wanted to share that with you today because they're very valuable to me. Not as far as money, because honestly, these chairs went for sale in an auction, true story, and the two of them together sold for $1. A matching pair of chairs for $1. And then the guy never picked them up afterwards. We think he bought it just to keep the sale moving, but that's another story. You see, these chairs were at my wife's grandmother's house for years. In fact, these chairs are over 50 years old, and they're just as comfortable and solid as the day they were built. Hopefully they're the same color as when they were first made, because if they were any brighter than they are right now, I don't think you could have them in a house and look directly at them because they're pretty bright. But so these chairs were in my wife's grandmother's house, and we would go to visit my wife's grandmother and step-grandfather Paul. And when we would visit Grandma and Paul, we sat in these chairs and visited with them for hours in their family room. And in fact, on Christmas Eve, I would sit in one of these chairs and my kids would be sitting at my feet, and there would be people, extended family around, and we would celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve and sitting in these chairs. And to be fair, they had covers on them at the time. I didn't realize how ugly they were, but they were comfortable, and I got attached to them. And so when the opportunity came up to own these chairs, I jumped on it. I took them both, and I put them up here in my church office. And trust me, they're attention getters. When people walk into my office, the first thing that draws their attention are these chairs. You can't miss them. In fact, if you're at the stoplight over here at 33 and 708, if you look to the church office building and look to my big window up here on the second floor, you'll see these chairs from 33. You seriously can't miss them. They are extremely valuable to me, but in the same way that my rocking chair here is valuable to me. Is it worth a lot of money? No. But it belonged to my mom and dad, and it was in their house and their family room for years and years, so therefore, it has value to me. My bookcase over here, is it worth a lot of money? No. But is it valuable? Extremely, because it was my Grandpa Ellington's. And inside it are books that belong to him and his original sermon notes and some of the things that he had there, so it is extremely valuable to me. Most of the things in my office are not worth a lot of money, but they're worth a lot to me because of the memories of either who made the things, who gave them to me, or the stories associated with how I came by them. And that's what gives them value, because that means a lot to me. These chairs, if these chairs were worth a lot of money, let's say these chairs were a status symbol, and I only had them in my office to show off because they're a status symbol and they're worth a lot of money. And so to show off, I put these chairs in my office. There's two problems with that. And the first thing is I would really have to examine my priorities. Why would I own something that was just to show off to other people? Or, why would I own something that was just because it was worth a lot of money or was a status symbol? I would really need to check my priorities and what's important to me if I were spending my time and energy on those things. And the second concern, if that were the case, was what in the world is wrong with our society that these chairs would be extremely valuable and a status symbol? I mean, if we ever sink that far, we got problems. And so you have to ask yourself the question when it comes to possessions in your life and what's valuable to you. You need to ask yourself two questions. Why does it have value? And how important is it to me? Does it bring me joy? That's what we got to look at. Why do I consider this valuable? And does it bring me joy? And if so, why? How? And if we evaluate the possessions in our life based on that, we can pare down a lot of things and we can relieve ourselves of a lot of stress and anxiety. Because I have found over the years, the more things that I possess, the more stress it causes me. Most of the stress in my life, I found that over time, comes from things that I own, my possessions, that ended up owning me. And because they required time and energy and work and money and all of these things. And so I've gotten to the point in this age where if I'm going to buy something, I have to ask myself the question, why do I want it or need it? And is it going to bring me joy? And if the answer is no, it's not going to bring me joy, then why would I have it? I don't want to have things that makes it because it's a status symbol. I don't want to have things to try and show off or impress other people. I want to have things that are important to me, that bring meaning to me, and they bring me joy in some way, shape, or form in my life. In the Gospel of St. Matthew, Jesus said this: "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." One of the things I admire about the younger generation right now is this move away from materialism into minimalism, and asking the question, how much do I need? Why do I need it? And going through and just deciding with each individual thing, does this bring me joy? Because the things that really bring us joy in life are experiences and relationships and memories and those types of things. Material possessions, there's nothing wrong with them. But the question you have to ask yourself is, why do I have this? And does it bring me joy? And if it does, that's fine. I'm not against material possessions. I'm not against money. What I'm asking you to determine is, what place does it have in your life? Does it bring you joy? Or does it cause you stress? If it causes you stress, if it causes you worry, if it's just there, then do you really need to have it around? And when we ask ourselves these questions and we begin to focus on the priorities of relationships and experiences and all these kinds of things, we start to focus our heart on the things that Jesus is talking about, our treasures in heaven. When we experience and appreciate other people more than we appreciate our possessions or even their possessions, which is a whole other problem, then we're starting to live the way that we're supposed to live. So ask yourself these simple questions about the things in your life. Do I need it? What value does it provide to me? And does it bring me joy? And if the answer is no, you gotta really seriously reconsider why you have it in the first place. Anyways, hope this finds you safe and well. God bless. Talk to you soon.